Jalen Carter, man, he was suspended because he spit at Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott. A lot of controversy there on exactly what happened. But yeah, he definitely spit at him. There's a recording of it. You see the spit go directly to Dak's jersey. He got ejected from the game. He did not play that game at all. That was literally right before the first hut of the game because there was already kickoff going on and all that. It was first offensive play for the Dallas Cowboys. Jalen Carter was on the field. He spit at Dak Prescott. He got ejected from the game. He didn't play the whole game. And now he's getting a fine of $57,000, rounded off to a little less, a little more than 57,000, but $57,000. He will not serve another game suspension because they already gave him that one of that game, kicking him out of the game. Um, but he will be paying $57,000 towards the NFL or wherever it goes to because of this ejection. And before we get into the rest of the game, what did you think about that ejection? Did you think it was fair for him to get ejected? Do you think there was a right call for him to get the ejection? Do you think it was a right call for them to give him this fine? What are your whole thoughts on this whole situation?
I think it's pretty much what you would expect from the NFL. They love to give suspensions and little penalties and stuff, like you said, just so they can stack up money. Obviously, it's Dak Prescott, Cowboys, national TV game, first game of the season. Everybody's watching. It's not going to get missed. And I know Dak, he said he spits, 1,000 times a day or whatever it is. And he was kind of spitting in his direction, kind of checking him for a second there. But either way, whether it was baiting him or if it was just nonchalant, something going on, you're not going to get away with spitting right on his chest. I was fine with the ejection, not because I would go that route, but just what I've come to expect from the NFL. In terms of the money, that's another simple thing too. Good with that. But realistically, I do wonder if this would have happened two plays into the game, or maybe one drive into the game, and then that happens. Do they count this game as penalty served, or do they say, well, that doesn't really count the full game. We're going to go ahead and suspend you the next game. Now, keep in mind, Eagles play the Chiefs next. The Kelsey thing. I know, he's not there anymore on the Eagles, but either way, recent Super Bowl, got a lot of eyes on that. All that kind of stuff. You're going to want all your best players active. He is one of the better players on the team. So at the end of the day, do they just kind of soften it just because of the upcoming Chiefs game? I don't know. I feel like maybe, but at the same time, I don't think this required some giant, super suspension anyway. So I'm good with it. Like I said, if it was up to me, not a big deal, but part of the game. But that's how this can be covered by the NFL.
Yeah, definitely. And it's funny. It's funny how you just mentioned all of that because I was thinking the exact same thing, right? I mean, as a Dallas Cowboys fan, don't get me wrong, I was happy Jalen Carter was on the field. I mean, if you guys saw the game, Javonte Williams went a little bit off there, and we'll talk about the stats a little bit later. But he went off in the game, and one reason was because of the fact that Jalen Carter wasn't on the field, right? Now, as a football fan, as a true NFL football fan, I didn't like the ejection. I think it could have, like, I don't know what punishment they could have given him, right? But I think the ejection was too much. I don't think they should fine him either. I think that's too much as well. But I understand why the NFL is doing it. The NFL is trying to make sure that their league can be as respectful as possible. It's a league where helmets collide, pads collide, dudes are going at it 24/7 on the football field, and there's a lot of violence going on. So when there's something like this that happens, that a player just spits on another player, they want to show that, everything between the lines when the clock is going and stuff like that, when it comes to like the legal stuff on the football field, we're okay with. But the stuff off the field, on the field, that when it's between timeouts or between plays and stuff like that, and someone does something disrespectful or drastic that can cause an injury, they're not going to put up with that, and they're going to make sure that it gets nit in the butt. And that's exactly what they're doing here. There's a lot of families that watch the NFL, a lot of young kids that watch the NFL, and they want to make sure that it can be as respectful as possible. And they want to show that spitting on someone is not good at all, that you shouldn't be doing that out on the street or out on the football field, no matter where it's at. So I believe that they wanted to make a point. They wanted to show that, you know what, we're not gonna take this. We're gonna prove. We're gonna make a punishment out of this to this guy, take him out of the game, and let people know that, if you do this, you can get suspended, and you could pay $57,000 just because you just spit on somebody.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look at the NBA when somebody gets cut or something like that, they take them out of the game just for health reasons, stuff like that. And they even mention in the NBA some of their rules, like spitting or anything bodily fluid in that way would be considered maybe a health concern as
Mhm.
well. Not saying that the NFL was doing something like this, but like you said, it's just a respect factor. Can't have people thinking that you can anything that you see done, even if it's stupid once, like that's not a big deal or whatever. If they were to see something like this every game and never have a penalty for it or never have an issue with it and just keep allowing players to just spit on each other left and right, it would be kind of odd. So yeah, they do have to put their foot down and make an example. And realistically, like kind of a small fine. Like I know it's a big fine in
Yeah, facts, facts.
annual, it's a year of pay for a lot of people, but in terms of the NFL, like they're usually a lot more harsh with things like that.
Yeah, true, true. I just did. I just thought like, man, is it really worth that much? Is it?
Yeah,
But
I know.
I understand what they're trying to do. So it is what it is. He's gonna have to pay the $57,000. And he's never gonna spit at anybody again. I'll tell you that much.